In video games, this is what you think is hitting you, but it turns out it's actually this. Hit detection specifically in Dark Souls is bizarre and sometimes completely insane. This is the final part of this series where I unravel the misunderstood gotcha hitboxes for each boss in the game. And today we're going to build up to what is undeniably the worst boss in Souls history. Buckle up. The Bridge Wyvern. Let's start with something that isn't quite a boss, but everybody has suspicions of goofiness. When I first saw this foot hitbox, I was like, yeah, that seems reasonable. And then, oh my god. It's a big wyvern, but I did not expect that size of an AoE. Later on though, it gets super silly with how they handle its flames on the bridge. There are some random gaps where there is no flame hit detection at all. The overall hit detection is just so willy-nilly, it's insane. This explains how randomly certain bridge enemies live and sometimes they don't. Like these two bastards on the left side get completely torched. And you can tell by this guy's face that he has seen some shit and he knows that he got lucky this time around. He's not so lucky when the bridge gets torched again though. There is some method in the madness here, as you will notice certain hit detectors are designed to shift towards the edge of the bridge stairway, which explains more of why sometimes you get hit on stairs, sometimes you don't. It really just depends whether a hit detector has moved over at that particular time. And that's true everywhere on this bridge. Will you get hit? Yes, but probably not the same way twice. Seath the Scaleless. If you ever wondered why his curse breath ever felt inconsistent, here is why. So the crystals are not always contained within the curse buildup hit detection. As you can see, a lot of the outer edge crystals are not in the curse buildup. You could literally stand on the crystals and nothing would happen at all. For his side sweep beam attack, you're actually totally safe up close to his belly. The laser doesn't hit you, and neither does any of the curse buildup. Beyond the curse laser, his tail slams are no joke. But they did forget to add hit detection on the big tail end on a few of the attacks. Whoops. Everyone's favorite Chad, Artorias the Abyss Walker. He's got a few quirks, some of which seem to be there to make him an easier fight, specifically this swing. On the second turn, they opted for a hit detector switch, this one being noticeably smaller in length. Here it is in game. I have never seen them do this anywhere else. But instead of assuming it was a mistake by an intern, let's go to our happy place, okay? Let's be thankful for the people that barely survived their winning attempt because of that hit detection change. Don't say FromSoft never did anything for you. And then we get here, and I don't understand why they decided to do this. So the larger hit detection on this stab is for the collision with things like walls, so the boss will recoil, which is fine, all good, but it's only on this stab, and then on nothing else, even similar stabs. I had my character speed high to capture footage, and you'll notice the collision pushes him through the floor and then breaks his ankles horribly while he is in the ethereal void. If this has ever happened to you in a vanilla playthrough, I would be curious to hear about it. And then lastly, his AoE blast detection does Dark Souls things and starts full size and isn't even there once the actual blast reaches it. For those who've played the game, thought you were a mile away from the blast but still got sent flying, that is why. Manus, Father of the Abyss. To me, Manus is the boss that foretold things to come in FromSoft design. His arm swings are absolutely, comically massive. This is the best case for showing artificial difficulty in game design. You'll see the size of the actual fist in the smaller hit detector, which is there to register collision with objects like a wall, and then you can see how much larger the damage hit detection is relative to it. There is plenty of arguments to be made that these little white lies in a game help make it feel fun for the player because they don't notice them. However, when you see it in action like this, it can be a little upsetting. There's definitely more nuanced ways to add difficulty than this. But get good, right boys? Beyond that, several of his attacks have the gimbal lock we went over in a previous video. This causes hit detection to flare out wildly, unintentionally, but usually only for a frame or two. Some attacks even have multiple gimbal locks in a single animation. You can see it happen in-game here as well. To finish with this boss, his AoE attacks are also not what you think they are. At the start, invisible spawn points encircle the area. Projectiles that damage you will spawn at these points later. These are the particles that dash in to hurt you. The actual particles spawning at the boss himself don't even have hit detection and do nothing other than to distract you, really. This is different than his second AoE, in which the particles do have hit detection and simply hone in on your location. But those who are in the know use the silver pendant to avoid damage anyway. Sanctuary Guardian. I noticed a lot of things about this boss that I didn't before once I saw the hitboxes in-game. Interestingly, the electric attacks expand outwards from the point of impact, so rolling away from it after getting hit is actually a bad call. The best thing to do is just stand in the center, right where you got hit, because hit detection is just on the outer ring. What I also did not know was that you can parry some of this boss's attacks. Like this one in particular is insane to me that you can parry it. Don't believe me? Here it is baked into the actual animation. On this attack also. I actually couldn't find anything online showing it, so send your video in the Babe1 Babe2 Discord if you can pull it off. And obviously, to finish this, that tail is a complete mess. But like more than most other crap tail hitboxes, it's rough. The stinger, at no point, is remotely in its hit detector. God damn it, FromSoft. Honorable mentions. Before we jump into today's big finale, here are some honorable mention bosses that I did promise to at least touch on. Pinwheel. FromSoft handles no fire attack the same way twice, I swear to God. It's tough to see here in-game, but looking at the actual animation, you can see how weird this is. Like, what the hell is that? I don't know. It makes me laugh because I always think I have a good guess of what the flame hit detectors are in this game, and then it's like not even close. Great Grey Wolf Sif. This doggo works the way you'd think, but for those who demanded that I still show it, here is the slow motion of him falling over because he is inches from death and can't stand properly. Are you happy? Is this what you wanted? Taurus Demon. Taurus Demon was covered in a previous video, but here is that delayed ass slam attack that I was talking about. Look how late that AoE smash happens, how long it lasts, and no, it does not match up with the SFX of the particles. You just learn the AoE on his attacks by feel and nothing else. And here is the jump sequence that he has, which some players may not even know exists. The Bed of Chaos. Alright, we have finally arrived at the absolute king of crap, the gank god, the Bed of Chaos. This boss doesn't have attacks. He has bullshit he uses to shove you off the edge to your death. Or you just fall into a pit, that too. But the hit detection on his sweep attacks, good heavens. On our right side facing him, you can see the actual finger roots are well behind the actual detection. But at least there is one root inside the leading hit detector. Now on the opposite side, it's completely ridiculous. For starters, it is so far ahead of the visual hand that there is not a single root inside any of the hit detectors. Like, imagine being here and you get hit by something all the way over here and it shoves you off a cliff to instant death. What's crazy is the hit detectors on his slam down attacks would work so much better just for the sweep attacks as well. And that's just that one attack. He also has whatever the hell this is. This would all be annoying enough, but the fact that the entire fight is built around you being 0 to death by falling into a pit makes it so much worse. They even managed to horribly botch this flame stab attack. Somehow, the worst of it is actually just hidden from the player. But even on the top, the actual flame blade is entirely outside of the hit detector meant for it. And lastly, once you RNG your way through this nightmare of a boss, and you finally get to the chill guy causing all the trouble, they still allowed your character to get burnt to a crisp, trapped inside the tree. I dare anyone to convince me there's a worse boss in gaming, cause this dude sucks. And with that, everyone remember to like and subscribe to see more videos. You can support the channel on Patreon and get access to our weekly videos a week early and ad-free. Finally, you can see all the frame data videos in this playlist, or you can see the videos of my dad trying to beat Dark Souls as his first video game ever in this playlist. But as always, thanks for watching.